What's good, YouTube? So today what I'm gonna be doing is a story time. As y'all already saw by the title, this is story time point, not point, part one. I'll be doing different parts just to keep y'all like what's gonna happen next, and stuff like that. Da da da. So this specific story time is. I'm sorry. this story time is specifically about how I got suspended after a homecoming game about me getting into a fight in the girls' bathroom at another school. Y'all probably like, this girl is a fool. She's showing out at other schools and junk. Yeah, I was that type of girl, and I still am. This was last year. I was in 6th grade then. But so what happened? Okay, let's go. So first of all, before I even start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, click all, so you won't miss out on any of these videos. Cause I seen I only got 1 subscriber. Like, how does gonna work? Like, let me see. I'm about to go and look and see how many videos I have 14 views on my last video, and when I say still, I still have 1 one, just 1. I need more than that. Like, all right, so let's go. So first, me and the girl that we had already got to fight with, her and her friends already had beef. Like, it was like maybe 6 of them, and it was like 3. It was 3 of me. Like, it was me, my best friend, who would hang with them and come back and tell me what they were saying about me. But they were already like friends, because before me and my best friend were friends, me and my best friend was like worst enemies. Like, we did not like each other, period. But all that changed when we got to 6th grade, and she seen me and she ran up to me. I guess it took us like a whole summer to get over what we were doing. And then she was like, she ran to me, she was like, "Hey, Trisha," and then she hugged me and I hugged her. I was like, we friends now. I said it in my head though. I ain't said it out loud. And then all of a sudden, she just started calling me best friend, and then all of her other friends started to hate that we were best friends, and they would hate it and junk. Like, I would post stuff on my TikTok of her and stuff like that. But just to let y'all know, we are not best friends now, because some mess came up and they put my name in it. It wasn't the same girls. It was somebody else. I actually don't know who said it about me, but they were like, I said something about her and her boyfriend and her ex. I don't know. But I was pretty much confused. And then I was like, you know what? I don't even got time for this. But if you don't want to be my best friend no more, so be it. Because I got a lot of people that like me. Like, I'm a lovable person. And then, my throat was dry. But anyway, so then and then we started not being friends. Anyway, back to this fight. So it was me and this girl, and what we gonna name her? We gonna name her Big T, because she was like a little chunky. But anyway, and her name started with a T. But anyway, me and Big T, we was not friends. But we was like, I guess we was like being nice to each other, since it was like the homecoming game, and the principals wanted us to like at least show a little respect that we were at someone else's school. So I guess that like rubbed off on me. Like, I was trying to be nice even though I didn't want to, but it didn't work. Anyway, I was trying to be nice even though I didn't want to. And then okay, so before this, me and the Big T, we would get into arguments. And then I remember one time she told everybody that her mama was dead. But at the homecoming game, her mama came to the homecoming game. So I was like, you know what? I don't even care. And then I started laughing. And then I went up to the top of the bleachers. I saw the girls that I didn't like, plus the girl that I got to fighting with. So the girl that I got to fighting with, she was with her friends up there at the top of the bleachers, and I went up there also. But keep in mind, like, my phone was like on 20-something%, and it was already about to die. But I was over there playing on it, and I started doing TikToks, and then they started doing TikToks. And then I did a dance that they didn't know, and they was like, she not even doing it right. And then one of the girls was like, how do you know she not doing it right? Because we don't even know the dance. And then they came over there. They was like, "Can you teach us the dance?" I was like, "No." And then they was like, "See, we ain't even want to ask you anyway." So I was like, "I don't care." So then they start walking like downwards the bleachers to the concession stand, so they could go get something. Keep in mind, I had like $30-something on me because I wanted, like, I kept going back getting Sour Straws, my favorite. I had Sour Straws, Sour Patch Kids, and like a drink. So fast forward, me and Big T, we were doing TikToks like on the side. It was a building, it was the concession stand, and then mixed in with the concession stand, if you go like over, if you mix in with the concession stand, if you go like over a little bit, it's a bathroom, but it's a wall right there. And then we was dancing like on the side of the wall of the bathroom, but not inside, but on the outside of the bathroom. And we was like doing TikToks, me, her, and this little girl. I'm gonna call her Messy Messy M. Messy M. We gonna call her Messy M. So me, Big T, and Messy M was over there doing TikToks because Messy M and Big T was cousins, I think. They was either cousins or best friends, one of them. And then they started, we all of us started doing TikToks, and then one of the TikToks was what is it? It's ice that I forgot it. No, we was doing 4 walls, and then we start doing ice. It was something, but we was doing 4 walls, and you know how you gotta go like this. So one of the girls that I didn't like walked in there, and then she ran out, and she went and told everybody that we was twerking on each other. She was going in the bathroom, but she saw us out there doing 4 walls, and then she ran and told everybody that we was twerking on each other. So everybody came down there, and then I had to use the bathroom. So I told them, I told Big M and Messy M that I'd be back. I mean Big T and Messy T that I'd be back. No, Big T and Messy M that I'll be back. And then y'all know what I meant. But I told them that I would be back, and then they were like, "Oh." So then as I told them I'd be back, I went in the bathroom to use it, and then I went in and then I used it, and I washed my hands or whatever. Then I had put some hand sanitizer on because I had some like on my belt loop. And then when I had some, and then I put it on there, and then one of the girls that I didn't like came in there with the girl that I had got the fighting with. So she was like, so the girl that I got the fighting with, she was like, "You know what? You keep on talking." So the girl that I got the fighting, we're gonna call her Skinny, cause she is real skinny. And the girl that went and told everybody, no. So then, that's when Skinny came up to me, and she said, she shoved me, and I pushed her back, and I was like, I'm not the same person that I was in the 5th grade, because in 5th grade I was like real shy and soft, and I wouldn't fight back. But like, come on now, like I'm in middle school now, I need to learn how to fight back. Keep in mind, me and this girl had got to fight before. So we were in the bathroom at Parker period. Anyway, I don't know if I got my ID badge or not. If I do, then it'll probably be up there. But if I find it, I'll show y'all my ID badge. I'll show you one from last year that I took. And they were like talk about my ID badge and stuff, because I had still had it on from school, but I had went home and I changed clothes for the homecoming game. And then they had they started talking about me as young. So I was like, you know what? And then she shoved me, and then I pushed her back. I'm not the same person that I was in 5th grade. She was like, "Sweetie, when did you get bowled over this summer?" So then I was like, you know what? So then she pushed me again, and then we had got the fighting, and then that was like, oh, and then she was like on top of me, and she was like pulling my hair. Like, she wasn't punching or nothing. She was just like pulling my hair like this, and I had grabbed her like. Okay, so say she on top of me, I grabbed her like this, and I rolled her over, and then I just, I got on top of her, and I just started punching. And then that's when her friend pulled me off of her, because she was like, Ebony, she was like, Skinny, you won that fight. Knowing she didn't, but you know what? I was like, you know what? I don't even care. So then she left, they ran out, actually. And then the police officer came in there. They was like, what school you go to? I was like, I told started school, and she was like, okay, so we finna go find your principal. I was like, okay. So then she went and talked to my assistant principal, because my principal went to she was talking, like, she went to the middle of the field, and she was, like, talking to the students and stuff on the microphone. So she had the opportunity to say something to my assistant principal. My assistant principal saw me when I was leaving the concession, and she was like, "Are you Treasure?" And she said my last name. I was like, "Yes, ma'am." She was like, "So you the one that got the fight?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am." She was like, "Okay, I'm gonna talk to you when we get back to school." Keep in mind, this was on a weekend, so it was like, let me see, I think it was a Saturday, or no, it was a Friday maybe. No, it had to be in between the week, because I think we went back to school the next day. So yeah, so all that happened, and then when that happened, she was like, so the next day at school. So no, for the rest of the day, the lady, I had to call my grandma so my grandma come pick me up, and then Skinny called her daddy, and her daddy rushed up. When I say rushed, I mean rushed up there and got her, and they just left. So the assistant principal told me I had to call my grandma, even though she didn't know that the girl was gone, because she was still looking for Skinny, but Skinny was gone, and I didn't know that until Big T came back and told me. And it messing him, she was like, yeah, she was like, yeah, Treasure, Skinny gone. I was like, okay. So then I went and talked to the assistant principal, and then I had already called my grandma at that point. She was like, well, you can stay. I was like, I already called my grandma. She was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So then she was like, so then I got in the car, and then I ain't tell my grandma that I got into a fight, but my best friend, auntie, was supposed to bring me back home, but I called my grandma because I didn't know. So that's when, that's when they were like, my grandma, I didn't know that my best friend auntie was supposed to bring me back, but I did know that my grandma went and picked up my best friend. Hold on. So then that's when that's when we got like to the house, and we parked in the back, because it's some people next door, and it's some people next door, and y'all, when I tell y'all, these people are like reckless. Like, they don't care what belongs to you, y'all. They will mess it up. So my grandma, she parked in the back, and next thing I heard, so my grandma got my best friend grandma's phone number in her phone as Treasure best friend grandma, Miss Ann. So that's when, hello, I don't want it to be purple. So that's when she was like, no, they didn't tell me that they got into a fight. The principal talked to she talked to my best friend auntie about it and stuff like that. So we were like, you know what? So then she was like, so you got into a fight? And I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, with who? And I told her, me and Skinny got the fight. She was like, oh, that's that same little girl from 4th and 3rd grade, ain't it? 5th, 4th, and 3rd grade. And I said, yes, ma'am. So then we start talking about it. And then the next day at school, something very dramatic happened. Please come back for part 2.